Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. I want to talk today about how we support people who are grieving a major loss. Now that major loss can be caused the death of a loved one, the loss of a home through a bushfire or a trauma, the loss of a community through a natural disaster. Any of those are what we call a major significant loss. And for some, it's a baby born sleeping, or even a miscarriage, because we have a society that's really uncomfortable around death and loss. For those who don't know, I have a background in palliative care where I was a bereavement coordinator, and I help not only facilitate home deaths at times, but help families afterwards. And then I've conducted over 200 funerals and have worked in the funeral industry. So I want to give you some really good tips today if you are wanting to know, how do I support someone I love, particularly when there's a sudden unexpected death. The very first thing is they don't need experts. They actually need the people who they value and love the most. So you are often the right person to turn up and support them. The very first thing I want you to do is, if you have had a loss experience, then that is yours and it is not theirs. So please don't give them advice or tell them what they ought or should be doing, because every single grieving journey is unique and it's different, and every one of us just navigates it the best we can. So one of the things we need to know is we are meant to be sad, and at times we're meant to be angry, and at times we're meant to feel vulnerable and confused and lost and out of control. All of those are normal things. To really support someone is, can I allow them the space to actually be exactly what they need to be right now? Or do I turn up and hope they'll put the kettle on and we can have a cheery old chat? Well, if they're up for it, great. If they're not, can you sit either in silence? Can you hand them the tissues? Can you hold them in your arms as they cry and sob on you and still let it be okay? Because that's exactly what they need. Please be mindful of the platitudes that still exist in our world. As time will heal. Well, I can tell you, for some, it doesn't. Technically, it may get better and they'll work out a way to live with that significant loss, but it doesn't automatically heal. So don't give them that clue. Another one is, please, if you are a religious person, be really mindful of someone else's belief systems may be different to yours. And that really, there may not be a heaven in their world, so that is actually not going to be helpful. Another platitude that people tell me that really frustrates them is that there's a reason for everything. No, there's not. Sometimes just really bad stuff happens unexpectedly and there's no rhyme or reason. So what else can you do? First thing is be practical. What can I do to support? We do know that after a sudden death, a lot of people can't make decisions. So being an ally in that journey is really helpful. If they have children, put your hand up. Can I pick them up every Wednesday afternoon to give you a couple of hours after school time where you have space for yourself? Can I actually go to the shop for you? Can I pick up a coffee for you and leave it at the front door? How is your food going? Organising rosters of foods for months, not just a few days. And remember that after the funeral sometimes is even worse than the lead up to it. So again, what they need are people who can allow them to grieve. So it's not always what you do, it's how you be. And keep turning up. Keep turning up, no matter how long it takes. And allow them that journey, knowing they can lean on you some days it just gets a bit too hard. So again, I just want to reaffirm that we only need experts when our grief gets stuck or our grief tips into what a mental health issue like depression. So you will feel awful for a very long time. And every now and then they will have a day when they don't feel awful for an hour or two. Or they may laugh at something because you haven't seen them laugh for a long time. So be comfortable with whatever turns up. Be comfortable with your own tears and be comfortable with our children's tears. So grief is something that we absolutely have to process, walk through, experience if we have lost something that we loved significantly. And just to avoid being a bit corny, but Rod McEwen in one of his amazing songs said, if you've been badly hurt, then you have been beautifully loved. Grief is normal and does not need to be fixed. I hope that is helpful if you're supporting someone you love.